Alright, everyone, it's the Grim Lord here, and this is Grim's Comics Corner. We're back with Creepy, and we're going to be doing this I got a little bit of an announcement to make. So, we're behind on Creepy. I didn't realize we were. We've only done issue 4, and we've done several Eerie and Vampirella. Actually, I was supposed to do Creepy last time, and I forgot. So what we're going to do is we're going to do Creepy this week and Creepy next week, which will be the first week of our Halloween Horror Month. So you can look forward to some very creepy surprises when we start that. Okay, so let's get started here. Weird and haunting tales of fright. Dig the beat of voodoo drums and frenzy of weird rites. You'll be fascinated by the fearsome facts concerning zombies in this edition of Creepy's Loathsome Lore. And Haiti today witnesses tell of dead raised by Hungan voodoo priests to be slaves. Anthropologists and doctors theorize zombies are not dead, but living men made mindless by drugs. However, no one wants to get close enough to be sure. Voodoo belief has it that zombies fed salt will rebel against their masters. If scholars are right, this could be an antidote to strange native drugs. If wrong, it could explain popularity of salt-free diets among voodoo practitioners. 17th century Paris was in awe of Franz Mesmer, whose experiments in magnetism produced effects on his subjects similar to those of Hungan's on zombies. Zombie behavior can be credited to the Amoks, fierce warriors of Malaya and the Philippines who, working themselves into an emotional frenzy, are all but unstoppable in combat. So when you hear crazy drum beats and powerfully primitive music, it's probably just another wild party, but better check closely, and may be wilder than you think. Creepy number 5. We've got Loathsome Lore, Family Reunion, Untimely Tomb, Sand Doom, The Judge's House, Grave Undertaking, and finally Revenge of the Beast. Okay, Dear Uncle Creepy. Oh, look at this. Frank Frazetta should be commended on this work of true horror art. He should be commended on several other, since he's a legend. Alright, okay. Remember Cain and Abel? Think they had squabbles? Wait till you mirthful monsters meet the Cartwright boys. But don't feel too bad. Maybe they can patch things up at their family reunion. What is it, Sam? What's making all the animals raise such a ruckus? Something's out back, cutting across the property. It's moving onto the road, heading towards the Cartwright place. Sam, looks like it has 2 heads. What's it want at the Cartwrights? Ain't been nothing there but bad times. Not since old man Cartwright was laid to rest last spring. So we commit these mortal remains of Benson Cartwright to earth from whence he came. Sure, sorry about your pa, Aaron. You love the land, Sam. I like to think he's happy back with the soil. Horace, you got my deepest sympathy. Thank you, Sam. I'd like to think he's happy back with the soil. Jack, your youngest must be hardest on you. I'm bearing up, Sam. It was a nice funeral. Folks had a lot of kind words for Pa. Sure gonna be hard here at the place without him. Jerks, be glad he's gone. He did nothing but overwork and underpay us since we were old enough to walk. Now we can ditch this dump and do some living for a change. Young Jack, you can't talk about Pa that way. He'd give us a way of life here with the land. Don't yell at me, you big lummox. Teach you to raise a hand to your brother. Whop! Boys, what are you doing? On the day of your father's funeral, stop it. Sorry, Mr. Fisk, family matter. You here to tell us about Pa's will? Best learn to work together. You've each been left equal shares of the farm. One can't act without the other's agreement. Should you be interested in selling, I'd like to first make an offer to all 3 of you. No, sir, Mr. Fisk. This has always been Cartwright land. We aim to keep it that way. Pa wanted us to work the farm. That's what we're going to do. My share's no good as long as those morons feel like that. I'll never see a penny out of this hole. The lawyer Fisk was quick to sense young Jack Cartwright did not share the views of his older brothers. Best well in the country. That's what makes this place a prize. Work on your brothers. They'll come around. I'll pay a big price to retire this farm. They're stubborn, Mr. Fisk. Don't change easy or often, but maybe I'll think of something. Months passed, and young Jack Cartwright brooded and bided his time, dreaming of money to spend and escape from the drudgery of farm life until finally, always wrapped up in their work, never pay a mind to what's happening around them. This time they'll pay. Later. Hit something in the field. A machine jogged, threw me off. Thresher went right into him. Worst accident I've ever seen. They're completely mangled. Can't hardly separate one body from another. How do you want these remains handled? Undertaker will be here soon. Not much you can do but put them in one casket. They were always very close, and it's cheaper that way. Those who attended the closed casket services were impressed with young Jack's bearing and reserve in the face of such tragedy. Goodbye, Aaron. Goodbye, Horace. Hope you two will be very happy together. And Mr. Fisk found it had not dulled the youngest Cartwright's business sense. You drive a hard bargain, Jack, but the farm's worth it. Best watered land around with that well. Once the sheriff's office finishes investigating the accident and the title's clear, we've got a deal. Once more, Jack Cartwright bided his time. His story was checked and rechecked, the field and machinery examined and re-examined, but he had planned well. They bought it. Took them a long time, but they bought it. Fisk will be out to sign the papers tonight, and I can kiss this barnyard life goodbye. Yes, sir, nothing but bad times at the Cartwright place. What's that? Sam, it's Mr. Fisk. Something terrible happened around here. Driving out to see Jack Cartwright tonight. My headlights picked up something on the road. Horrible. Moving towards Cartwright, and I swear it seemed to have two heads. I thought I should come back and get help. We better get to the Cartwright place before it's too late. Lordy, I just realized that the thing, judging from the direction it cut across my farm, only one place it could have come from, the graveyard. Ahead at the Cartwright farm, a strange shuffling figure moves slowly but determinedly towards the barn. Blasted shyster Fisk, what's keeping him? Bugs me for months to get this farm. Now he's close to the deal. Damn it, why don't those animals quiet down? What the? Sounds like somebody's in the barn. Started the threshing machine. What's going on in here? Nobody around. Machine's just chugging away, waiting to be thrown into gear. I don't get it. What's happening? Aaron! Horace! Yeah! Young Jack Cartwright's screams of horror had faded by the time that Mr. Fisk's car had pulled into the drive and the two men ran up to the house. Dark inside, can't see a thing. This way, barn door's wide open, lights are on. This is terrible. Tracks, blood spots leading out of here. I don't like any of this. We should... Fisk, over here. I don't think you or anyone else would decide to take over the Cartwright land now. Not if it was the well you were invested in. Good Lord. We were wrong about that thing. About its having two heads. The two men stared in revulsion at the form floating in the depths of the well, polluting the water with fresh blood and graveyard gore, ruining the farm for any who would try to remove it from the Cartwright name. It has three! Touching, eh? That's what I call togetherness. And remember, if you ever get thirsty driving in the Midwest, better make that one for the road anything but water. The end. Alright, you grave little goblins, you're gonna dig this one. It's a tale you can really bury yourself in, about a doctor who makes hasty decisions, causing some of his patients to wind up in a rather untimely tomb. Really, Stanford, you shouldn't be taxing yourself like this. Your sister's death has been a great drain on your health. And I tell you, doctor, she's alive. By God, sir, I pronounced her dead myself. Would I make a mistake about a thing like that? I pray you didn't, doctor. But you haven't heard what I've been hearing. Nerves, my boy, nerves. You're under a great emotional strain. No. Since the first night she was laid to rest, I've heard the cries, faint, pitiful, tortured, and pleading. Believe me, Dr. Beamish, my sister is down here, alive. The family crypt. Stanford, let us stop now. You're sick with grief, overwrought. Come upstairs. Let me prescribe something. I must find out. Do you think I could live on, never being sure? The girl was dead, sir. I examined her, I know. Breaking open this casket is madness. Look at the lock, doctor. It's already broken. There. What of your examinations now, doctor? Good Lord! Stanford, I assure you I made every test. Was so certain. Shut up, you fool. We've got to find her. Where can she be? Behind the door. Aye! We're too late. Beamish, you incompetent monster. You've killed her. It was an accident. Couldn't be helped. Let go my throat, Stanford. Let go. I said let go. Whap! You're not rational now. I'll discuss this with you later when your reason has returned. Get out of here, you fiend, murderer. I have nothing to discuss with you, ever. My poor sister. My poor sister. It was a troubled Dr. Beamish who returned to his home that night. Frightful business with Stanford's sister. Hope he doesn't make trouble. Could ruin a man's reputation. Brr! No night to live next door to a graveyard. The doctor's fear of exposure proved well-founded. Leaving so soon, Dr. Beamish? Oh, he's always in a hurry. Got a few people to pronounce dead, he has. Will you be needing our help to dig 'em up and see if you was all right? Blast young Stanford. This is his doing. The story's spread all over. I could be ruined. Shouldn't have taken on those aristocrats. Unhealthy lot. All of them. Who's that behind me? Been drinking, doctor? Hope to wipe something off your conscience, you bumbling incompetent? Get away from me. Leave me alone. I'll never leave you alone till the whole world knows what an irresponsible killer you are. Get away from me. Get away! Whack! Dead. I didn't mean to hit him that hard. Best get out of here. Several days passed and Dr. Beamish found his part in the deed went undiscovered when... Someone for the mausoleum. I thought it was no longer in use. Special case, doctor. They're putting away the young Earl of Stanford who was done in earlier this week. Stanford? Laid to rest next door to me? Good Lord. Seems he left a request to be buried here in the event of his demise. Wouldn't have no part of the family crypt. Sleep did not come easily for the doctor, and that which came was troubled. Then in the deepest dead of night... What's that? A cry? I'm sure I heard a cry. Sounded like it came from the mausoleum. A faint, muffled cry from inside that cold stone. It can't be. He's dead. I killed him. Yet I heard I was wrong about the sister. If he's alive and someone else finds him, he'll tell everything. I've got to know for sure. If he's alive, I've got to finish him once and for all. Empty. He's out and alive. Slam. Lantern went out when door blew shut. I'm trapped in here with him. Waking up in the coffin, he must be stark mad from fright. A crazed animal. Must get him before he gets me. Stanford, speak up, lad. I know you're here. Got to light the lantern and find him. Ow, my fingers. The lantern. No! Stanford, stay where you are. Don't do anything rash. I'm a doctor. I can help you. Soon as I find my lantern. This is my last match. Once it goes dark, he'll get me. Where did that lantern roll? You've got my lantern, haven't you, Stanford? Stanford? Please say something. I'm sorry about what I did, Stanford. Please, don't toy with me like this. Please, Stanford, don't do this to me. Talk, Stanford. Please don't hurt me. Please, please, please. Yeah! Checking the mausoleum in the morning, the caretakers were presented with a chilling sight. It's Dr. Beamish. Must have died of fright. Probably when he walked into that cobweb tangle. What the devil was he doing in there anyway? We'll never know. Get him into the van so he can be dropped off to the police. Hurry it up. I gotta special deliver this other one you put in here last night. In you go, doctor. Why'd we have to shuffle young Stanford about anyways? Relatives didn't want him in our commoner's mausoleum. Got special permission to return him to the family crypt. But what's it to us? I say if a man's dead, who cares where he lies? Ha ha, who indeed? Just Doc Beamish. He could have gotten a good night's sleep instead of running around wasting matches. Oh well, he's got a long time to sleep now. Boris Karloff himself tells you tales of mystery and imagination. Drop Dead, War of the Worlds. Edgar Allan Poe, The House of Fright. Music for Robots. And Terror, the Son of Horror. Okay. Join the caravan, kiddies. Uncle Creepy's gonna take you to the mysterious Middle East where a gun runner is about to get his just dessert in a Scream story I call Sand Doom. Whitey, you can't leave me like this. I'll die. Sorry, pal, I can't be burdened with a wounded man. Those Arabs we sold the defective rifles to will catch up in no time if I have to slow down and lug you. Besides, this gives me twice as much water. So long, pal. Whitey, no! But in the desert scorching heat, the mouth goes dry by the minute. The lips blister for want of moisture, and no amount of water lasts long. Empty. Gotta get to a village, a well, anything, soon. Maybe I was crazy to try this old caravan trail. A lot of the Arabs think this stretch of desert is cursed. What's that ahead? Sandstorm? That curse stuff could be true. If this keeps up, I'm gonna be as bad off as that slob I left behind. Am I going nuts from the heat? Looks like somebody moving around out there. A girl. She wants me to follow her. Must come from a village nearby. She can lead me to water. Hold on, sister. Let me catch up. Hey, what have you got me into? This is quicksand. The hot wind-churned particles crept higher and higher, their rocky dryness about to smother him when the sucking, grasping sand at his feet seemed to give way. Let me see what I've fallen into. Seems to be some kind of old tomb or vault. Look at it. Look at that loot. This stuff must have been laying around here for centuries. Sand viper. No snake stand between me and that gold. Ah, 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 ah! What the? Even as I led you, so you have come. These guardians of the goddess Nephthys. Let's try that all again. Even as I led you, so you have come. These guardians of the goddess Nephthys' treasure vault have long needed fresh blood to feast upon. In other words, you want me for snake bait. I don't know who you are, sister, but you're nuts. I am a priestess of Nephthys. To further the protection of her treasure with your life is a great honor. Long as I got this gun, I'm hanging on to my life. But I ain't above grabbing some of this gold. You cannot. Should you avoid the fangs of the vault's guardians, there is a curse on the treasure in the hands of an infidel. You ain't scaring me off, sister. Blam! Blam! That dame was off a rocker to think anything could stop me from getting out with as much loot as I can carry. The lousy snakes are going wild. You really think they were guarding this stuff? None of you stinking snakes are sinking your fangs in me. I'm making it out of here. Beware in the hands of an infidel. Nephthys' treasure is cursed. What? Must be my nerves or something. Or mirage. With several miles of sand between the vault and Whitey fear and guilt. We're going to try this one again. With several miles of sand between the vault and Whitey, fear and guilt are quickly replaced by greed. Whew, need a break in this heat. Gotta look again at all that lovely gold stuff. Yeah, it's turned to vipers. Yeah, their bites doing something strange. Going stiff. My skin. What's happening to me? Later in their search for the gun runner who tricked them, the three passing Arabs did not notice the sand viper crawling in the sun, a large black snake with a strange white streak on its head, crawling back to the treasure vault of the goddess Nephthys. That Whitey sure is a snake in the sand. Ha ha! He shouldn't feel too bad. At least now he has a steady job guarding that treasure. Speaking of treasures, take a look at the next little jewel I've cooked up for you. Creepy classic time again, fellow fiendsters. This one's from the murky mind of the man who created Dracula, Bram Stoker. Pack your luggage and come along. We're going to stay in the judge's house. Here we are, Mr. Malcolmson. Been vacant for 75 years. Original furnishings are still inside. Perfect, Mr. Cranford. Just what I've been looking for. Lonely and desolate. I'll be able to study for my examination undisturbed. I'll rent it for the month. Done, sir. You have the keys and you'll find Miss Dempster a fine housekeeper. The judge's house? I had no idea when you hired me it'd be this place, Mr. Malcolmson. Seems a fine old place. Why should it bother you, Miss Dempster? 'Twas built and lived in by the worst sort of man, evil. Yet he was a judge and used his position to spread great terror. His sentences were all harsh and horrible, and some say he took no greater enjoyment than when he witnessed the hanging of one of his prisoners. Good. It'll keep idlers away while I study. What's that, Miss Dempster, that little tower? Why, it's an alarm bell, sir. Many of the houses around have them from the old days. See, Mrs. Dempster, with such a device, how can the house not be safe? All the same, sir, I'm glad I'll only be going into it 2 times a week to clean, and in broad daylight. Surely you'll join me for a cup of tea, Mrs. Dempster. No, sir, I'll not set foot in there this near dark. Take care, Mr. Malcolmson. When he had finished supper, Malcolmson got out his books and began to study far into the night, until he noticed a persistent gnawing and scratching. Rats! I should have known the walls of a house this old would be alive with them. What a racket! That's odd. They've all stopped. And Malcolmson became suddenly aware that something was watching him. Ugh! How long has this ugly devil been glaring at me? Hey, get out! Get out of here, cheeky nuisance! I'll make you move! Blast! The alarm bell rope! He must come down and go up it! The following night, at nearly the same hour, Malcolmson's thoughts turned once more to his baleful-eyed visitor of the night before. The rats, they stopped their noise like last night. Same malignant devil. Well, tonight I'm ready for you. Whap! There, you ugly! Lord, what a look! As though he hated me. Gone. Went up this rope like lightning. Jumped off again by the old picture above the fireplace. His hole must be there. Never troubled to look at these pictures before. Hung so high you can't see them at normal lamp level. His hole should be by the one on the left. It's of the judge, posed in his room. His eyes, they've the same baleful stare as that rat. Knock, knock. What the? Who? Ah, Malcolmson, Miss Dempster was worried about you, alone each night in this old house. Suggested I should drop around. Heavens, man, you look a fright. Sure you're not overdoing this studying business? Perhaps. Maybe nerves, the rats, the old portraits. You should relax before your imagination starts playing tricks on you. And remember, this old alarm bell works. Something bothers you, give it a pull. We'll hear it in the village and come running. Reassured by the interest, Malcolmson resumed his studies the next night. Despite the storm outside, his spirits were high until a familiar pattern began again. No, the rats have grown quiet again. He's back. What's it doing? The rope. He's not off the rope to the alarm bell. Blast the demon. I'll fix you. He's gone. And I can't even reach the end of the rope with this poker. A flash of lightning suddenly threw an eerie light over the dark corners of the room and made for Malcolmson a terrible discovery. The portrait, the background's the same, but the figure of the judge has disappeared. Well, how? Portraits can't walk out of their frames. That noise. Squeak, 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 squeak. Why are they all gathering? As though they expect something to happen. A thunderclap made Malcolmson turn. There in the great chair sat the judge, his baleful eyes glaring vindictively, drawing the alarm bell rope through his hands as though he enjoyed the touch, knotting it into a hangman's noose. No! Please! Don't! Yeah! Bong, bong, bong! The alarm bell! Hurry, Mr. Cranford! Good Lord! Mr. Cranford! The last time I cleaned, I don't recall his face having that malignantly evil smile. Personally, I think it's a nice smile. Maybe I shouldn't try to judge. Might as well go on to the next story, unless some of you students still feel like hanging around. Come now to merry old England. It's the year 1820. The medical profession is making great strides forward. In fact, it is about to overtake two gentlemen involved in a grave undertaking. Business couldn't be worse, Mr. Peach. Nothing but bills. It's the competition, Mr. Thwackum. Two undertaking establishments and hardly deaths enough for one. Today they buried rich widow Boggs. Such a fine service. Such a splendid casket. Such a handsome profit. Unjust, Mr. Peach. They get all the business while we struggle to survive. Ahem. Gentlemen, I, Dr. Ryder, Chief of Surgery at the medical school. Try that one again. Gentlemen, I am Dr. Ryder, Chief of Surgery at the medical school. I have a proposition that may help you as well as me. The medical school is in dire and constant need for cadavers in our research. We're prepared to pay handsomely for any specimens you may provide. How can we provide you? There ain't business to provide us. And your trade, perhaps something will come to you. My offer stands for any trade you might dig up. Good night, gentlemen. Good night, sir. This is our opportunity. This is our big opportunity, Mr. Peach. He's given me an idea. What's the good, Mr. Thwackum? We haven't a body to bury, let alone sell. Aye, Mr. Peach, we've none. But I'm thinking of a spot that's well stocked for this new sideline. Up there! Cool! Let's try that one again. Cool, what a heavy one! Huh. Doctors would be suspicious if we've grabbed one that's too ripe, Mr. Thwackum. That's why I've picked Widow Boggs, Mr. Peach. Fresh, put away today, and still wearing all her fine jewels, Mr. Thwackum. She'll have scarce use for those on the surgeon's table. What's this? Monsters! Ghouls! Wuck! He's dead! Cool, Mr. Thwackum, what have we done? Done, Mr. Peach? Why, we've doubled our profit, that's what we've done. Well done, gentlemen. 2 fine specimens. Medical science is advanced, and you turn a fine profit. Keep up the good work. Encouraged by success, Thwackum and Peach rushed headlong into the resurrection business, and when nature was slow to produce the goods, they found it easy to drum up trade. Drink up, my fellow, drink up! Abandon your home village, have you? Innkeep, more ale! That place, something's queer there. Always dying. Always dying. Every night. Last night, 6, getting out before I die. Never going back. That's right. Pity, poor fellow. Let's drink on that, Mr. Peach. Right you are. More ale. Everybody die. 6 more. Never going. Drink up. More ale. Where we going, gents? Steady. Just a little further. Easy does it. Easy does it. Ah! Good hard work, Mr. Peach. Strains the heart. And expensive. All that money for ale. If only we lived in this fellow's village. 6 dead last night. A ruddy treasure, Mr. Thwackum. Not really that far. Come dawn, I could hitch up the van and... The next day. We've made too much haste, Mr. Peach. It's still daylight. But look! Windows, doors bolted and shuttered tight. They're afraid to come out, Mr. Thwackum. And the graveyard, unwatched and unprotected. Still light. Do you think someone from the village might? As you said, they're afraid to come out. It's a field day, Mr. Peach. A field day. This is the last that can fit. A van full at 10 pounds a head, Mr. Thwackum. A fine day's work, Mr. Peach. We'll empty Ryder's purse with this lot. Should keep him and medical science busy for some time. Specimens galore for you tonight, Dr. Ryder. A whole van full. Marvelous. How did you manage this? In here. No one can see you unload. I can't believe it. I must see for myself. How did you do it? An unfortunate village, sir. Tragic mishappenings. Tut-tut, Mr. Peach. Trade secrets. Good Lord, you imbeciles! That village, those deaths, it was the work of... vampires! Yeah! Get you right in the neck, eh, creeps? Just goes to prove there's nothing like your own yard, no matter how grave. Now, get set to undertake my next bit of fearsome fiction. New Iron-On Monsters. We got most frightening horse scene ever made, monster inside the box, and the human skeleton. Come on, you ghoulish galoots. Saddle up and ride with Uncle Creepy into the Wild West where men are men, or are they? Let's find out as we watch the revenge of the beast. There's the relay station, Creed. Looks quiet enough. Maybe the stage broke down. That's why we ain't heard from Boss and the others. Pinky, how long you gonna be out west before you learn to use all your senses, not just your eyes? I don't hear anything either. Not your eyes, your nose. Catch the smell of that breeze. Ugh, terrible. Should be. It's the stench of death. Corral rails kicked down. Horses must have been pretty scared. Team broke their traces, ran off. Creed, it takes something mighty awful to make a well-trained team do that. I don't like any of this. Ain't normal. If it was a double cross or a trap, they'd have done something for her now. What's it mean, Creed? I don't know. Not till I get inside. Kick her open, Pinky. Lord, looks like a herd of wildcats got loose here. Smells like a slaughterhouse. Creed, there, it's Moss and Horn and Banks, or what's left of them. Like they were ripped to pieces by some kind of animal or beast. Creed, it's just like the old Indians said. It had been 3 weeks earlier, led by Creed, district head of the stage line. They've been plotting a new stagecoach route. Pinky, the dispatcher, Moss, the station operator, Horn, the driver, and the shotgun guard, Banks. But they found much more. Indian sign. Been no Indians in this territory for years, Moss. Get up here, take a look at these. You're the old scout, what do you make of it? Bad medicine. Keep out. But this Lance, haven't seen one in 20 years. Wickeshaw. Tribe's supposed to be extinct. You were right about the Wickeshaws being extinct. Look at all these mounds. It's their burial ground. Biggest one I ever saw. Not likely many white men would get to see something like this and live. Here's something you'd all rather see than these mounds. Gold. Ground around these mounds is rich for it with it. And all ours for the taking. We can't let anything leak out about this. Everybody in town will come swarming all over here. Don't worry. This is one little secret we're keeping all to ourselves. White eyes, leave this sacred ground. What? It's some old Indian. You disturb the sleep of the warriors of the Wickeshaw. Go, while you are still able. We'll go, Redskin, when we dug out all the gold we want. What good is the yellow dirt, White Eyes, if you are consumed by Kiwiktutana, devil beast that walks like man? Leave or know the beast. I don't like that, Creed. What's he mean? What beast? Shut up, Pinky. He's a crazy old Indian. And all that stands between us and a private gold mine. Kiwiktutana! Pow, blam, kapow, blam! We got him. Fell down into the arroyo. Getting to be too dark to see where. Come on, get some of this dust into a saddlebag. Yow! What the beast? Coyote, has to be. Doesn't matter, we got enough gold for you and Banks to take the assayer in Carson City next trip. Let's get out of here. Riding away, the echo of the old Indian's words rang in each man's ears, and behind them could be felt the dread presence of Kiwiktutana, the Beast Man. You were scared as the rest of us, Creed. But later on you laughed, said it was imagination. What about this? How do you explain this? I don't know, everything was planned. Horn would bring the assayer's report into town by stage so nobody's suspect. If it was good, we'd meet here and go dig out those mounds. But I don't know what happened here. Well, I know. That old Indian. He's Kiwiktutana. He can change into a beast. He did this and he... Shut up, Pinky. There's someone else in here. I heard someone breathing right over here. Creed. Moccasins. It's the old Indian. White Eyes. It is time for you to meet Kiwiktutana as your friends did. Maybe we missed you in the burial grounds, but not this time. Shoot. Get him fast before he turns into a beast. Kablam! Pow! No, White Eyes. I am not Kiwiktutana, and killing me will not keep him from you. He is the Wikasha spirit of evil who must live in places of the dead. Creed, what's happening? Until he can enter the bodies of evil men, bringing out the beast that is evil man's nature. Pinky, I'm getting... setting him upon any and all about to rip, tear, and destroy, just as your friends did to each other, and just as you will do to one another. Looks like the Indians are finally getting back for having to bite the dust in all those westerns, hee. They got the cowboys biting each other. Watch out for Kui Ikutana, watch out, or Kui Uktana, or Tena, I'm still not really sure how to pronounce that, may put the bite on you. Are you creepy? Then be the first school in the crypt to join the new Creepy Fan Club. For just a few bones, you'll receive an authentic Creepy magazine pin, personalized membership card, not to mention access to creepy news bulletins, web exclusives, creepy ringtones, webisodes, and behind-the-scenes factoids for true believers. Come visit the creepiest place in the world, creepyuniverse.com, if you dare. Your Uncle Creepy. Own a giant fly. Wow. Miniature germanium radio. Giant 10-foot inflatable rubber snake. I still need one of those. And that's all. I think that's all we got, guys. Okay, so like I said, we will be doing creepy number 6 next week. And then we'll go back to... I think it'd be Eerie, right? And then Vampirella. You guys really like Vampirella. It didn't do really well on Eerie. I don't know why not. Some of you guys like some stories or some comic magazines better than others. There's really no accounting for taste here. But we're going to continue with the Creepy, Eerie, and the Vampirella books until I run out, which will be a long time from now. So let's keep it going. And by the way, guys, Halloween Horror Month next month. So we got some really creepy, spooky, scary stuff for you guys. And some stuff that we haven't done in a long time. I said it's some stuff with some fangs. It's some stuff with chainsaw, maybe. Maybe we're going to have some more risque material that we haven't done in a while that's kind of creepy. So just be on the lookout for that, guys. At any rate, I'm out, and I'll see you next time, horror fans.